I need to share this because I'm honestly at a loss for what to do next. My daughter, who is 19, started dating this guy, Jake, a few months ago, and I had some initial concerns about him, but I didn't want to overstep. He seemed charming enough at first, but the more I observed, the more uneasy I became. At first, it was just little red flags. He would show up unannounced, often at odd hours, and he seemed overly possessive. I brushed it off as youthful passion, but then things escalated. One day, I noticed he was texting her non-stop, even when they were together. It was as if he couldn't bear to be apart for even a second. Things took a darker turn when my daughter mentioned that Jake had a quirky sense of humor. She laughed about it, but when I heard him make a joke about violence in a light-hearted way, my heart dropped. I immediately felt the urge to talk to her, but I didn't want to scare her away or come off as overprotective. Then came the day that changed everything. I was in the living room when I overheard them arguing through her bedroom door. It started as a small disagreement but quickly escalated to him yelling at her. I couldn't take it anymore, so I knocked on the door and walked in. What I found was alarming. He was getting in her face, and she looked terrified. I intervened, and he immediately turned on me, claiming I was just trying to control her. I kicked him out and told my daughter that she needed to reconsider this relationship. She was upset, but I felt it was necessary. After that, I did some digging. I found out that he had a history of being aggressive in past relationships and had even been involved in some sketchy situations with the law. I couldn't believe what I was reading. It felt like I was uncovering a completely different person from the charming guy she had introduced us to. Now, I'm in a tough spot. My daughter is still emotionally invested in him and thinks it's just a misunderstanding. I've tried to explain my concerns, but she's resistant and defensive. I'm terrified for her safety and don't know how to make her see the reality without pushing her further away. What would you do in my situation? I love my daughter and just want to protect her, but I'm also afraid of losing her trust. Any advice would be greatly appreciated.